Hello YouTube, this is Keith Kevin Ken. Welcome back to another deconstruction. What you're looking at right there is what I'm carrying today. Today is Friday, April 8th, 2016. It's cold on the East Coast. I can't believe it. I got ready to record this and had to turn off, listen to this, the heat on Friday, April 8th. 2016. I know to some of you, you're sitting there saying, Kevin, why do you keep saying the date? It's just dumb. But no, I want to make sure that we all know that every single day, we're going to play with knives and deconstruct this photo that's on Instagram. By the way, if you want to catch all the Instagram postings from Keith Kevin Ken, it's at real simple, Keith Kevin Ken. At Keith Kevin Ken. Follow the feed, at least 4 knife-related pictures. Starts early in the morning with the coffee shot and ends late at night. So let's do this. Let's do it. I just posted this, but now we're taking it apart. The watch is one of my regular carries. I really like. You know, I've been calling this Heuer for 20 years, and then I saw on a YouTube video where someone said, is it Heuer, is it Hauer, is it? I'm probably mispronouncing it, but then I figured I mispronounce everything anyway, so what the heck. Anyway, I'm calling it a Heuer. I'll tell you what I can pronounce, it's the Monaco. It's a Monaco chronograph. I really love it. Nice, sturdy. Look at it. Looks pretty nice, too. The cigar where I'm going to celebrate Friday. I said Friday. TGIF. I couldn't wait for this Friday. I'll tell you. I love work. I'm a guy that loves what he does. But man, oh man alive. Some weeks I just want it over. And this is one of them. And I'm going to celebrate with this wonderful Cuban cigar. Yeah. It's the San Cristobal. A nice Cuban cigar. A friend of mine said, oh, you know, now we're normalizing relations with Cuba. You must be happy you're a Cuban cigar smoker. The closer we get, the more boxes of Cuban cigars I'm buying and stashing away. Because once the U.S. market opens up, there's going to be a big demand, and sometimes big demand is a decrease in quality. I know, that's a cigar snobby thing. We'll talk about that maybe in another video on another channel. Let's go with this carry. Today, it's vodka. You guys know that vodka is usually my choice for the weekend. I'm going to start the weekend very early today. The coin, let me get the shade. My lucky silver coin today is a Chinese panda coin from 1998. For good luck. Yeah, it's one of my Coach wallets that I carry. And now let's talk about, that is a Word notebook. As I always say, I love field guides. I have a bunch of them. I have a bunch of these new Words, which is a field guide, just a different brand. And I like it because it comes in different colors and designs, yada, yada. Now let's talk about the knives. Finally, right? Finally, Kevin, we're getting to the knives. The first knife, it's not an all carbon fiber carry. I just got into the cases and started having fun with knives today because I needed a pick-me-up to get me through the Friday and into the weekend. So I did play with a bunch of knives, and really, literally 5 minutes before I took the picture for Instagram, I chose the final lineup. So let's talk about it. Kopa. There's the carbon fiber Kopa. Yes, I talk about Kopas a lot. I carry a keychain every single day. We do these every single day. Do you know we've done over 60 of these already, which means we've been doing them for at least 2 months. And so you'll see some of these if you're a regular viewer. If you're a new viewer to this, there are over 60 deconstructions where we play with so many knives. I sneak in some series of knives as well. You should check out that playlist. There's a lot of fun, I think, in those, and especially a lot of knives. I have 16 Kopas. That's the entire series. The series, each knife is limited to 600. VG10 steel, light leaf blade. This one is the carbon fiber. I think that's just beautiful. Every time I put a Kopa on my little keychain, my keychain consists of a silver loop and 3 keys. Oh man, it just ups the class for 'em like crazy. But there you have it. VG10, there's only 600 of each knife, so there's only 599 of these carbon fiber Kopas out in the world today. My medium knife, and yes, I have a couple of knives that got away because I just had fun with the medium knives. And when you see a medium knife like this that I'm carrying, you know I went and I had some fun with knives and decided, shoot, I'm going to carry a great limited edition. This is a limited edition knife, but it is so nice. It's a sprint run from Spyderco. It is the Caly 3. Spyderco Caly 3. You know, people don't talk about the Calys. And Caly 3.5s enough, I think. Great knives. And the Caly 3 is a wonderful knife. This one is a sprint run. Spyderco sprint runs mean they're limited edition. They're limited, the high end, they're never over 1,000 made. So it's 1,000 or less knives made. First come, first serve. And then they don't re-up them. They're done. And then you have to go to that secondary market. This is the Caly 3 sprint run. And man, I'll tell you, I don't know. At some point, I'm going to do the best of in each of my collections. Like the best 10 Brous blades, the best 10 Chris Reed, the best 10 Spydercos, yada, yada. At some point, we're going to do that. Maybe if we ever get up to 1,000, we'll do that. And do some interactive stuff so you guys can help me choose the best of the best. But let me just tell you, this is just one of the best. It's a great knife. So the Caly, wonderful size, really a wonderful size. The blade is a 3-inch blade. It is VG10 core for the steel. And then, of course, it has Damascus. A lot of layers of steel on it. And then they make this pattern. It's a special Japanese pattern. It represents the special Japanese art where they put ink on water and look at those kind of patterns. It's a special Japanese art. And that's what this pattern represents from Spyderco. Most of the Spyderco Damascus is VG10, made in Japan, and really has that kind of artistic, Japanese artistic look to it. Love the choil. Oh, you guys know, I must have a fetish for choils. I don't know. I think because I love medium and small knives, and because I have these fat hands, it's just so great when you grab a smaller knife and it just feels perfect in your hand where you can really use it. It's just wonderful. You know, gentleman's folder, I don't know what the definition of a gentleman's folder is. I think anything that's just classy. And this is definitely a gentleman's folder and classy. Steel bolsters, carbon fiber scales, stainless steel bolster. Man, it has that back lock. It is so darn strong. And Spyderco made the right choice when you get a classy knife like this. Put that deep carry wire pocket clip on it. This is a beast of a knife. beast of a knife. I don't have a regular Caly 3. Or do I? I have two other Calys. I think I do have a regular Caly 3. But this is really a beast, you guys. What a wonderful knife. I'm so happy to have it. It was expensive coming out of the sprint run, and I didn't pick it up when the sprint run came out. I picked it up a little afterwards on the secondary market, but man, I have to tell you, I'm so happy I did. It feels so great, so well made. The large carry is one of my favorite knives. Actually, I just lied to you. It's the small version of one of my favorite knives. This is, but from one of my favorite makers. Look at it. It's a Brous blade. That's what it is. Brous Blade's wonderful mini division. This is a mini division. What's a mini division? A cut down version of the division. Every time you hear me talk about a division, I'm going to bring out the mini division. I'm going to bring out one of the biggies. I have 3 of the big divisions. I rarely carry them. Oh, they flip like butter. D2 steel. This has D2 steel. Jason Brous, as far as I know, only uses D2 steel. All of my knives are D2. Flips like a dream. This has blue C-Tech. The difference between this and this, of course, is the blade size, man. This is 4.5 inch D2 blade. This right here, 3.5 inch blade. Almost double size. This came out first. Everyone loved it. It's one of them, I think, besides the Silent Soldier. I think it came out right after that. Really put Jason on the map. But the reason I told you how many times do I carry the big one? Not much. It's on my desk a lot. And I have 3 different ones. That is a one-of-a-kind blue C-Tech. When he came out with this, I said, no, don't ruin the division. I have 3 of these, including a one-off one. This is the carbon fiber one, and I do carry these. And he was right, and the people who persuaded him to do a new version was right. The mini is exactly like the regular division, except way smaller. Way smaller. Almost oh man. Wonderful knife. As I told you, a 3.5 inch D2 blade. This is the G10 version. I have the carbon fiber version as well, and I have a one-off aluminum version. Very nice. Very, very nice. The jimping, not that grippy jimping. I know some people are really into jimping. Look, I'm really into choils. Some people are really into jimping. I'm not that into jimping. This is a real smooth kind of jimping. It has jimping down on this side as well for a reverse grip. Man, it's nice. It really flips like butter. Big, solid blades, but flips like butter. This is the division, the mini division from Brous Blades. Yeah, this is a wonderful knife. It feels good. I don't know. I feel like it's a sword almost. I have carried this. I've carried it to show it off. I've also carried it to intimidate someone. And you want to know something? That intimidates people. Anyway, that is my carry. The carbon fiber Kopa, one of 600 available in the world. This wonderful sprint run from Spyderco of the Caly 3 with that steel bolster, carbon fiber scales, that VG10 Damascus with that wonderful Japanese art pattern. The mini division from Brous Blades, and this is just a big one because every time I pull out the mini, I have to play with my big divisions. That's it, folks, without this big one. That was the pocket materials that I took a picture of and posted to Instagram about 7 minutes ago. Oh, that's a lie, about 20 minutes ago. But you know what? This ain't Instagram. It's not. And so we have some knives that got away. And so let's talk about the knives that got away. This, of course, because of this Brous blade and that one, I was in my Brous blade Pelican case. I have people always ask me, and I know I say this if you're a regular follower, but if you're new, you probably haven't heard it. I have 4 Pelican cases. That's how I store my knives. I have 3 1550s, and I have 1 1600. My Spyderco collection is pretty sizable. It's in what? It has a 1600 and 1.5 of the 1550s. But when I get in that Brous blade section, I play with it all the time. I literally had to choose 5 minutes before posting which medium I was going to do. Either the Spyderco Caly 3 Sprint Run or this. This is the center. It is a wonderful Brous blade. It's a collab between Jason Brous and Sal Monero, a custom maker. I've seen pictures of his custom center. And man, they did this right. Full carbon fiber, 3D carved carbon fiber. Oh, it just feels nice. Has a titanium backspacer. Look at it. It's got like a grid pattern. You can feel it. It's almost like a cheese grater, but a little bit smoother. That is off of the custom knife. Obviously, the Brous blades are mid-tex between custom and productions. I remember seeing Jason interview talking about this before the center came out, and him saying that he took the prototype with that backspacer to Blade Show to show Sal before he gave him, and Sal said, okay, let's make the knives, because he knew that Jason could handle that intricate pattern. Oh, it is wonderful. I really like it. D2 steel. All of Jason's knives are D2. If you're a lanyard person, I'm not a big one. My Chris Reeves have lanyards. They come with them and I keep them on. You know, sometimes his lanyard stuff is kind of small, to say the least. So you know, threaded lanyard could probably go there. This thing is one of my best flippers. It flips nice. It feels nice. I have one problem, and I've seen some other folks have the problem. I love this knife. I do. People ask me, how you like it when I bought it? And I said, oh, I love it. Look at the clip. I love the little clip, deep carry, which is perfect for me. But I'll tell you, and yes, I do have fat hands, and I talk about that, but you know, it's even with the fat hands, there's something about those finger chorals that bother me. I feel a little pushed up there. It's not as comfortable. I almost wish he didn't have this hump and just let me place my fingers where I wanted to place them. So that's a problem for me. But I'll tell you, I carry it and love this knife. I do have problems with knives sometimes. I know sometimes it feels like oh, you're a cheerleader. I do. I'm a little older than the majority of you guys. And hey, it doesn't flip perfect. I'm okay with that. I can flip my wrist. That isn't as snug, as loose fitting. And so I'll tell you that. I think that it's an extreme curve on the top. And so because you're kind of forced into that position, it's not as comfortable. But everything else is so great that I can live with it. I really can. That's one of the knives that got away as a middle carry. And this is the second one, folks. I figured since I was in the case with these wonderful Spyderco knives that had, you know, these medium knives that had this special attention to it, I'd look at my native. I have a big native collection. I don't know if it was in a mini collection or I brought out all my natives during one of these deconstructions. But let me just tell you, I have a bunch of natives from one of the very early natives to the new S110V native. that they've just come out with. And I can't wait for the 50th anniversary Sprint Run Native with carbon fiber and Damascus. I hear it's limited edition. I hear they're having troubles with the manufacturing. So that Sprint Run will probably be well under 1,000. So I hope I get mine. I can't wait. It should come out in 2016, this year, as I record this. This right here, though, when I start playing with these 3 medium knives, first of all, I'm just so happy that I've been able to get these knives and be a collector of knives, because they just make you feel good. And it made my Friday feel good. This is the Native. It is the titanium fluted Native. Fluted. It has these lines going through it. It helps with the grip, but it also shines and makes it feel good. Full tie. You know the Native, just a perfect fit in the hand. Just really a perfect fit. It's the Native 5 with that perfect back lock. Oh, man. 2.95-inch blade. I love that. It's just under the 3-inch blade, and that's important depending on where you live in the States or around the world for it to be legal. So this got away too. Between those 3, I really had trouble figuring out what to carry. This is the Native 5 fluted titanium. And then before I end this, when I play with the fluted titanium, I always have to go to my military. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, did I tell you the steel on the Native? It's S35VN steel. S35VN steel. Oh, man. This is not the knife that got away, but I told you I'm going to share with you what I play with before I come up with my pocket carry. And this, man, I had to play with this. This is also titanium, but it's the military, the big military. Oh, man, look at me with that 4-inch blade, S30V steel. But the great part about this fluted is the fluted blue anodized titanium. This, by the way, is a Sprint Run, I believe, but also they stopped manufacturing it. This one, I love this color, but some of them came two-tone, some of them came darker blue. They couldn't control it. It was tough on the productions, so there are few of these. They also have a regular titanium fluted one as well, but I love that blue. So I played with it. I thought it'd come out and just give you a quick look at it as well. There you have it, though. That's the deconstruction. That's us playing with knives. Of course, here's the carry, and then the rest of the knives that we had a chance to play with. Thank you very much for spending the time with me. Oh, I love these morning discussions about what I have in my pocket. I really appreciate it. Thumb this up. I'm about a day or 2 behind in commenting, replying to the 2 or 3 comments that I have. I did read them. I love your comments. I read them as soon as you put them down. I just haven't had a chance to get back to them. I will. Comment. Thumb this up if you like the video. Thank you guys for following. Also, thank you very much if you're a subscriber. If you're enjoying these videos and you're not a subscriber, hey, first of all, I'm happy you're here and you're enjoying the videos. I just like playing with knives, and I think you probably do too. So, but please hit that subscribe button if you haven't. We'd like you to be a permanent part of the team. Not only do we do the daily deconstructions, we do some mini collections, as well as soon as I buy knives, as soon as Spyderco comes out with their new knives, I check every day. We'll talk about it. Chris Reeve knives, any kind of knife that I got, you'll be the first to see it. And don't forget the Instagram at Keith Kevin Ken. Thank you guys. Have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.